There are moments in life when despair grips you and your struggling ego cannot put the finger on what's wrong. The feeling of alignment and connection with the divine ceases to exist, leaving a spiritual hole. It feels as though the weight of the material world crushes your very soul, dragging you into a bottomless pit. During this period, we're faced with big questions. Who am I? What's the point of it all? It feels like the ground beneath us has crumbled, leaving us lost and confused. The loss of meaning affects everything: our relationships, our work, and even our sense of self. What once brought us joy now feels meaningless, leaving us feeling disconnected and adrift. In the darkness of the dark night, we're forced to confront the reality of our own insignificance and the futility of everything we do. We realize how short life is and how uncertain everything can be. It's a scary realization that can make us feel small and insignificant. Loved ones may dismiss it as a mere existential crisis, but you know better. It's the dark night of your soul, and you have faith that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This is when the old saying that, when you hit rock bottom, the only way is up, starts to make a lot more sense to you. St. John of the Cross encapsulates the essence of this spiritual struggle. Faith is a dark night for man, but in this very way it gives him light, he says. This paradoxical statement delves into the heart of human experience, where the depths of despair become the initiator for discovering true joy. The journey toward enlightenment, akin to an alchemical process of self-improvement, demands that we navigate through darkness to find the elusive light that illuminates our path. As seekers on the path of growth, we often encounter trials and tribulations that shake the very foundation of our being. Yet it is in these moments of darkness that we find the seeds of transformation. It is in the depths of despair that we uncover hidden reserves of strength and resilience, and it is through confronting our deepest fears that we discover the power of our own inner light to illuminate the darkness. The dark night of the soul is not merely a metaphorical concept, but a lived experience, a journey through the shadows of our own existence. It is a period of profound introspection and soul-searching, where the familiar landmarks of our psyche fade into obscurity. During this dark night, we confront the depths of our despair and confront our deepest fears and insecurities. It's a time of stripping away the layers of illusion and confronting the raw truth of our existence. In the silence of this darkness, we are forced to confront the fundamental questions of life and purpose. But amidst the darkness, there lies a glimmer of hope, a beacon that guides us through the labyrinth of our own consciousness. It's a reminder that even in our darkest moments, there exists the potential for transformation and renewal. The dark night of the soul is a journey of surrender, a letting go of the egoic attachments and identities that bind us. It's a process of shedding the old to make way for the new, a rebirth of the spirit. The alchemical journey of the soul is a multifaceted process that mirrors the stages of the ancient art of alchemy. Here's an overview of how it unfolds. The first phase is the nigredo, blackening. This stage represents the initial stage of the journey, often characterized by a sense of darkness, confusion, and chaos. It's akin to the dark night of the soul, where we confront the shadows within ourselves. The nigredo is a period of dissolution and purification, where the old aspects of our being disintegrate and we confront our deepest fears, insecurities, and unresolved traumas. Following the nigredo comes the albedo, whitening. This phase is marked by clarity, illumination, and purification. It's like emerging from the darkness into the light, where we gain insight into our true nature and begin to discern the path ahead. The albedo represents a period of inner cleansing and refinement, where we strive for purity of heart and mind. The citronita's yellowing phase is characterized by a deepening of spiritual awareness and insight. It's a time of awakening and enlightenment, where we experience a profound connection to the divine and the interconnectedness of all things. The citrinitas represents the blossoming of our inner light and the emergence of our higher self. The final stage of the alchemical journey is the rubedo, reddening. This phase represents the culmination of the transformative process. It's a phase of integration and synthesis, where the disparate elements of our being unite to form a harmonious whole. The rubedo is a state of wholeness and completion, where we embody the fullness of our divine potential and embrace our true purpose. Throughout the alchemical journey, we undergo a process of inner transmutation, wherein the base elements of our nature are transformed into the pure gold of enlightenment and self-realization. It's a journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation, where we ultimately emerge as the highest expression of our true selves. The ego, often fixated on maintaining a sense of identity and seeking control over various aspects of life, tends to resist the profound changes brought about by the dark night. It clings to familiar patterns and beliefs, fearing the unknown territory that lies beyond its comfort zone. This resistance stems from a deep-seated fear of losing the familiar and venturing into uncharted waters of the soul's journey. The ego's primary concern is self-preservation, and it perceives the dissolution of its identity during the dark night as a threat to its very existence. In addition to the ego's resistance, societal norms and cultural conditioning further reinforce the tendency to overlook the spiritual dimension of existence. In a world driven by materialism and external achievements, the pursuit of wealth, success, and recognition often takes precedence over inner exploration and spiritual growth. Society's left-brain dominance, characterized by analytical thinking and adherence to logic and reason, tends to downplay the importance of intuition, creativity, and spiritual insight. As a result, we may find ourselves disconnected from our innermost selves. We seek fulfillment in external pursuit rather than cultivating a deeper understanding of their true nature. Despite the resistance and challenges encountered during the dark night of the soul, there exists a profound opportunity for transformation and renewal. Like the mythical phoenix rising from the ashes, the soul emerges from the depths of darkness, renewed and revitalized. The journey through the dark night is not one of annihilation, but of rebirth, a shedding of the old self to make way for the new. It is a process of surrendering to the divine will and allowing oneself to be guided by the wisdom of the soul. Through this process, the ego's grip loosens and the barriers to spiritual growth begin to dissolve. As we navigate through the shadows, we confront our deepest fears and insecurities with courage and compassion. It is in facing these inner demons that we reclaim our power and rediscover our true essence. Each trial and tribulation becomes a stepping stone on the path to self-realization, offering valuable lessons and insights along the way. The alchemical journey of the soul mirrors the cyclical nature of transformation, where the darkness of the Negredo gives way to the clarity of the Albedo, and the wisdom of the Citrinitas culminates in the integration of the Rubedo. It is a journey of deep introspection and inner alchemy, where the raw materials of our being are transmuted into the gold of enlightenment. As we emerge from the darkness, we find ourselves reborn, filled with a renewed sense of purpose and vitality. The journey through the dark night remains a deeply personal and sacred passage, known only to the one who traverses its depths. It is a paradoxical merging of darkness and light, leading to gratitude and spiritual growth. However, that's how it works, and it's a natural process. Join us in the awakening. Subscribe to Kairos Collective for future updates.